welcome back to Building Characters. So, we're a pretty good ways into 2018, and I have done so much this year. I've gone to like 4 different conferences. I've learned a crazy amount of new things, ranging from directing weekly sketches to learning new things on guitar. But there's one thing in particular that I've really learned this year that has really just baffled me, and that is that acting is weird. Now, I'm not saying acting is weird as in people who act are weird, but more I'm saying that the act of acting itself is incredibly strange and just weird to me. You see, I've always been interested in film. I've always been interested in theater. People who are actors really just baffle me. They amaze me. I've always been so interested in how they just completely decide that they're this new character and they embrace that with everything that they are. But I haven't really ever had the opportunity to act myself. So I was really excited when Building Characters, started up and we started doing these things that I was gonna have the opportunity to act for the first time. And it has been super fun, let me just tell you. I've played different characters from, somebody who's absolutely in love with Ewoks to a person who stands in front of a green screen and makes a Chewbacca noise. It's really bad, honestly. I'm slightly ashamed, but that's okay. But you see, each of these characters have been over-dramatized versions of myself, in a way. I mean, legit, I'm pretty obsessed with Ewoks. They make me so totally happy, oh my gosh. And I make a Chewbacca noise way more often than I should. All of these characters that I was playing were pretty easy for me to kind of get the feel of what acting is like. However, a couple weeks ago, we filmed a sketch called A Day in the Life of the Third Wheel. Now, that was a sketch that I had actually written. When I was writing it, I was really coming from some personal experience. I've been a third wheel on dates before. It was pretty natural for me to just put my mind in there with that character. However, when the time came around, I didn't cast myself as the third wheel because I wanted to push myself a little bit outside of my comfort zone. So you see, when we go to film this sketch, we decided that Amanda was going to be the third wheel, August was going to be the dude the chick was in love with, and I was going to be the chick that was in love with the dude. And it was super cool, and I was totally capable of playing somebody who was super clingy to their boyfriend. However, it was really strange because honestly, that day was the second time that I had ever interacted with August. Now, August is a super cool dude, and he made it real easy to just jump on in and just play the part that I had to play, and for it not to seem totally awkward. But honestly, leading up to it, I was terrified. I mean, I didn't really know this dude, and I was gonna have to stand there and hug him for like a minute and a half. Because he acted like he was totally comfortable with it, it made me feel more at ease, and so that way it wasn't as strange. But really though, acting is just really, really weird. Like, think about it. The act of acting itself is incredibly strange. We're just jumping into the shoes of a completely different character that may or may not even exist. And there are some actors who can just jump in and out of those shoes so easily, and it amazes me. For instance, Ethan. He directed a sketch a couple weeks ago that was called Rom-Coms Gone Wrong. So he directed that sketch, but he was also in the sketch. So not only did he have to give me and Amanda direction on how we were to play the characters that we were playing, but he also had to jump in and play a character himself. And let me tell you, to watch him be able to bounce in and out of acting and directing was incredible. Like, that was something that just amazed me. Like, he was, one second, he was, sitting there at the table acting like he and Amanda were all in love and it was adorable or whatever. But then the very next second, he was directing, and he was doing so in a way that was encouraging, and it didn't seem abnormal for Ethan, but yet it was amazing that he was playing these 2 different characters at one time. And I know that may not seem like a very big deal to some people, but for someone who's not used to seeing people acting or not used to being on a set, that was incredible to me. And it really just amazed me, and it inspired me to want to do better in my acting. So yeah, I'm gonna be pretty wide open to playing some pretty weird parts here coming up. You may see a side of me that I didn't know even existed. So yeah, I hope you liked this video, and if you did, be sure to like and subscribe down below. Leave a comment on how you feel about acting. I don't know. But yeah, that's all I've got for you guys today. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you next Tuesday.